Just like what was happening, to the apostles. After Yahushua was crucified, the apostles were doing miracles according to the spirit of Yahushua. The Lord gave them power. And they would do these miracles, and Peter was like, why are you looking at me in amazement as if I did this? It was through the spirit of Yahushua that I was able to heal this sick person. I was able to heal this halt or maimed person, or give a blind person their sight back. All right, these things are gonna come onto the earth, man. That's what we believe in. All right, we know that Yahushua is gonna perform his words. All right, the Lord is gonna give power to the elect, and there's gonna be no denying the truth, man. Especially when Yahushua comes with the chariots, man. Alright, go ahead.
Because I go unto my Father, and whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter.
Yeah, so if you love Yahushua, you keep his commandments, and he's going to pray to the Father for it. Alright? He's going to actually pray to Yahweh for it. Alright, go ahead.
That he may abide with you forever, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not.
Yeah. The world cannot receive the Spirit. That's why that Israelite that came up, asking what we were preaching, he couldn't receive the Spirit of truth, man. All right, because the world cannot receive the Spirit of truth. All right, go ahead.
Neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. I will not leave you comfortless, I will come to you. Yet a little while, and the world seeth me no more. But ye see me, because I live, ye shall live also. That the day ye shall know that I am in my Father, and ye in me, and I in you. And that hath my commandments, and keepeth them. He it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father.
Yep. So if you do the things that Yahushua told you to do, then you're going to be loved of the Father, man. Because he that has the Son has the Father. And vice versa. Get us jump to 15 and 15.
There's John 15 and 15. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth.
Yeah. If you're a ruler over a servant, you tell your servant to go do something, you don't got to give him an explanation why you're telling him to go do that. Or you have a servant and you're going to go on a business trip, and the servant says, hey, where you going? You ain't got to tell your servant where you're going. You ain't got to tell him shit. You do whatever you want. You say that you can just tell him, don't worry about it. I'm going to do my business. You do your business. So Yahushua say he calls us not servants because the servant doesn't know what the Lord does. All right, go ahead.
But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you.
Hey, so this truth makes you a friend of Yahushua. Alright? Receiving this knowledge, this wisdom, and understanding makes you a friend to Yahushua because you know what the Lord's up to, man. You know what's going on. Majority of these people in the world, they have no idea what's actually going on, man. But you do. Alright? Get Amos 37 and go ahead and get into Matthew 24.
Say Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, What shall these things be? And what? Well, I'll just start at the top. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another, that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be?
Yeah, when is this when are these prophecies going to take place, man? When is the end going to be? You know, and like I tell you in the scriptures, many righteous men and prophets were inquired of the things that we're actually living today. You know, are you going to restore the kingdom back to Israel at this time? You know, Ezra's asked, when is the end of this world and the beginning of the next one? You know,
What shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
yeah. So you're gonna have many people coming, claiming that they're anointed with the truth, and shall deceive many. All right, but you got to come in the volume of the book. You have to have the proper understanding of the gospel. All right, in order to expound the words of truth unto the public, man. In order to publish His word. All right, because if you're preaching another Yahushua, all right, then you're erring in the way. All right, go ahead.
And for many and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars.
What do you hear today? Wars and rumors of wars. That's what you hear of today. All right. Every other day you hear something. You hear something about, you know, civil wars getting ready to break out. War with Russia's getting ready to break out. You know, the so-called Jews are getting ready to attack Iran. You know, they're ready to go to war over here, go to war over there. You know. So that's what you hear constantly. Wars and rumors of wars. All right, go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
So all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right, go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
So these rumors, they're going to turn into the real thing. You know, this whole thing talking about war between America and Russia, World War III, it's going to go from being talk to actually happening. All right, and these different nations are going to rise up against each other. Okay, you see that happening. You know, they're talking big shit to each other all the time. All right, go ahead.
And there shall be famines and pestilences.
Hey, there was the elder Malcolm had brought out that, well, he had played a video. This Edomite brought out that if Hillary Clinton were to have been elected, that Putin had said that he would have launched a preemptive strike on America because he already knew what the Clintons were about. You know? So that's the times that we're living in. We're living in times where, you know, one misstep, a missile's going to launch. And if one missile gets launched, all of them are getting launched. All right, go ahead.
It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Yeah, all these are the beginnings of sorrows. And that's what you're seeing. Famines, earthquakes, pestilences, uproars of the people all over the world, man. It's getting ready to happen in America. All right? Go ahead.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Yeah, so that's the times that we're coming into. They're getting ready to deliver us up to be afflicted. Because we speak the truth. I had seen a video Apostle Tahar did. I guess Vocab Malone was doing a video about there being like 8 million people just in America that identifies Israel. So Esau is ready to say, look, these guys are terrorists. Look, their numbers are too massive. That's why it says in the scriptures that in 2nd Ezra that he's going to be like a madman, sparing none, and spoiling those that fear the Lord, because Jacob's waking up. You got all these Israelites that believe in some way, some form of another that they're an Israelite. You know, that spirit is being taken hold of across the planet. Esau's taking notice of it. It's becoming more than a nuisance to this devil, man. Now it's becoming a real thing. Yeah, it's becoming a real threat in this devil's eyes. Alright? And that's why, and you're gonna have, you know, I seen a video, you had these jakes that had masks over their face and they were burning yarmulkes and shit. That's the type of shit that's going to have this devil justified in clothing. And you guys that are doing that, you're screwing yourself. You're making it all too easy for Esau to throw you under the jail. You got whole Israelite camps going to gun ranges, filming themselves shooting guns. And then it comes out there's like over 8 million people that believe that they're Israelite. And you got Israelites that are filming themselves training for physical war. Watch out, huh? You know? That thing is going to bring this devil down upon Israel with great wrath, man. You know, but it's written that that's what's going to happen. You know, because you've got 2/3 of Jacob that believe that they're Israelites too. All right, but they're not doing it according to the will of Yahweh Shai. All right, go ahead. They're not being wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Go ahead.
It shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah, if you think, you know, there's no love in the world now, hey, that love is rapidly fleeting the earth, man. It's gonna get to the point where, you know, you're gonna have multitudes of people starving, begging. You know, you're just gonna have people beating motherfuckers with sticks. Get out of here! Get away from me! You're gonna have the cops shoot people down. It's gonna get crazy out here because this society is getting ready to crash. All right, this economy is getting ready to crash. All hell's gonna break loose in this place. Just like it's happening in these different countries around the world, you see these people rising up against their governments. You're getting ready to see that here in America, and it's going to be bad. Because you got a bunch of overstimulated, crazy motherfuckers with guns here. Alright? You got a bunch of bug outs with guns here. Go ahead.
But ye that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Yeah, but if you endure, all right, unto the end, you keep your ways unto the end. You know, pray to Yahweh Shai, keep your faith, keep believing in the Lord to the end, and you shall be saved. The Lord's going to save you. All right, go ahead.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Yep, and that's happened. This gospel has been preached throughout the whole world, man. That's why the Lord is drawing back his words. Alright, that's why YouTube's getting ready to cut us off, man. That's through the spirit, that's prophecy being fulfilled, man. That's through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. We're at the very end of this. Alright, we're getting ready to see with our own eyes, you know, this tribulation that's spoken of in the Bible. Alright, keep going.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. This is St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world in this time, no, nor ever shall be.
Hey, get Daniel 12. That's the times we're getting ready to come into, time of great tribulation. Hey, because in the scriptures it says, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. You know, we're not gonna get taken out of here before all hell breaks loose. And if you are subscribing to these different religions that are pushing that vibration, you're gonna be sorely disenchanted when you're still here and all hell's breaking loose, man. You're gonna be praying to Jesus. You're gonna be calling upon Jesus for help, and you're not gonna. Nobody's gonna come. Nobody's coming. All right. Except maybe a multitude of crazy people to burn your church down on either side of it, or shoot your ass up. There was just the other day there was like 2 mass shootings, so-called mass shootings.
I know one got a brother too.
Hey, these people are getting to the point where they can't cope in this society anymore. It's just getting so much help being put upon these people because of all the wickedness. They're just lashing out, shooting people. You know, motherfucker don't get a chicken sandwich. He's throwing haymakers at the cashier, man. That is so much built up frustration. That was the last straw for that guy. They didn't have his chicken sandwich. You know, he's coming home. He just lost his job. His woman left him. His kids are like, my dad's an asshole. My mom told me. He don't never get to see his kids anymore. You know? He's like, man, I just need a chicken sandwich, man. I just need a Popeye's chicken. He goes, he's like, well, I'm get a little comfort. Goes and asks for a Popeye's chicken sandwich.
You want the chicken sandwich?
Can we get one of them chicken? Yeah, I'd like a number 6, please, sir.
You got them in, right? You still got them, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. This motherfucker done losing. That was it. That was the last strain. He changed like Jim Carrey and Me, Myself, and Irene. Just I can't take it anymore. Over a chicken sandwich, man. Or the guy in line in front of him gets the last chicken sandwich. He starts stabbing him in the back. He takes his chicken.
Chicken check.
Give me that chicken ticket. Give me that chicken sandwich. Fool, you don't need this. I need this. Motherfucker, my life is hell. That's the times that we're in, man. All right, people going crazy over small things. Somebody steps on his shoes. Later on that night, ends up dead. Nowadays, motherfucker will shoot you over the stupidest reasons, man, over nothing. Imagine when all hell breaks. Imagine when these people lose everything. When this whole society gets toppled over, man. Everything, these people's world gets turned upside down. They're gonna completely go insane. They're gonna lose. They're not gonna be the same person. You know? Tom, the janitor, ain't gonna be the guy that you knew that was mopping the floor, man. Negan the janitor. You know, your football coach. You're gonna be, you know, motherfuckers out here, no job. You know, you try to, hey, Coach Clyde. Coach Clyde sees you, he's got a crazy ass look on his face. Hey, buddy, good to see you. Beats you to death, drags you to his condemned apartment, cooks you on a fucking stove, on one of them little portable gas stoves, starts cutting bacon strips off your ass. That's the time. Hey, man. That's the time you were coming with. Go ahead. Right there.
This Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
So that's how you know, hey, Yahweh Shemel Shai is coming with that deliverance. You know? Because in the height and the intensity of all this tribulation, the Lord is going to come with the angels to deliver his elect from the four corners of the earth, man. Those that kept their faith and belief in Yahweh Shemel Shai, you know, throughout that whole ordeal. You know, because you're going to be severely put to the test when that day comes, because you're going to be in that same predicament, man. You're not going to have a job. You're going to be out there on the street. All right? So what are you going to become a psychopath when that day comes? Are you just going to totally lose your shit? Because wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of time. So you're not going to be like these people just out here murdering people for any damn thing. You know, eating whatever they can find, eating dogs and cats and shit. You know? Go ahead.
And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
Yeah, man. So they that be wise, those that are, you know, doing the things that are beneficial to them, you know, in the spirit, you know, Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to give you power, man. You're going to shine. You're going to shine bright, man. All right? Because it tells you in the scriptures that, you know, Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to make it known who is chosen. All right? You're going to stand out. Yes. You might get spiritual power. All right? You might actually shine. You might literally fucking glow. All right? Go ahead. People are going to be looking at you like an angel. You're like an angel of light.
But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
That's how you know we're at the time of the end, because the books are open. It's not sealed anymore. The understanding is out. So this is the time of the end. This truth was never brought out before. All right, for many years, many years. And then out of nowhere, this starts coming out. Why? Because we're at the time of the end. See, it's the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. These people, they don't understand it. All right? They don't understand it. The different people that scoff, different scoffers and scorners, these Edomites. They don't understand what's going on. That's why Esau is so scared of them. Right? That's why people are shook up about camps. Israelite camps popping up everywhere. You know, that's why it's going to be so easy for Esau to just say, oh, they're terrorists, they're dangerous. Because people are scared of them. We're heartless. You know, I can't deny that there's a lot of Israelites out there that are ravaging wolves and that are showing themselves to actually be dangerous. You know, you got these different guys that claim that they're Israelites, have shot people, raped people, and killed people. You know, you had that one guy who was from the IUIC that was going after the cops with a knife, telling the cops to shoot him. Go ahead and kill me, kill me. They lit his ass up. That brings a bad look on brothers like us. You know, that makes people look, oh, these guys are dangerous, they're organized criminals. That's not so. That's not the truth, man. Esau wants it to look like that. Esau wants it to paint us to look like crazy people, terrorists. Yeah. But we ain't like that. Here it is. You have these cops that roll around. Many of them have killed multiple people in their life. They're actual murderers, and they're supposed to be the protection of your society. I've never killed anybody in my life, and you're gonna look at me like I have a problem. You got this guy walking around with a gun and a badge and authority, and he's a goddamn murderer or a rapist. And yeah, you looking at that person with more dignity than you look at us. All we're doing is telling you the truth. All we're doing is preaching the Bible. Alright? We've made mistakes in the past. You know? We've gotten into things, done things that we shouldn't have done. You know? But we repent, we grow from that. You know, we ain't trying to fight nobody. Alright? Let's sit on that for it.
Say Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. That if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. But there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. Insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But I have told you before, wherefore if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth.
Yeah, we gotta go to the land of Israel. That's where our salvation is. We gotta go back to the Holy Land. The Holy Land is corrupted. It's got a bunch of imposters living there, doing all types of wickedness. You don't want to go over there. For what?
Sure it's okay?
You're gonna be in the same predicament as you are here. Probably even worse, because those so-called Jews, they hate you. They don't want you there. They hear about more Israelites going over to that land. It grieves them. They sigh. Oh man, more of these fuckers coming. Nah, man. It tells you in the scriptures, the Lord's going to deliver us from Babylon. Was that Jeremiah? Jeremiah 16. I believe it's Jeremiah 16. See, you got these Edomites that walk by and don't even know what we're talking about. Look at us in disgust. Give us that face. Ugh. Look at these guys. Dude don't even know it. You got people that drive by, can't even hear what we're saying, mugging us. Looking at us like they want to kill us. Punch us in the face, whatever they want to do. Steal my chicken sandwich. Defend murder. Don't even know what we're talking about. You know?
Terrorists.
Yeah. See? We're being taken over by radical Islam. Terrorists.
There's Jeremiah 16. There's Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord.
So the days come. They hasn't happened yet. We're not in the kingdom of heaven. Those people over there in the land of Israel, those are not the Israelites. Alright? The Israelites are in captivity and scattered abroad across the world. Alright? So-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and those different Israelites, their seed has been put into these heathen women, and you know, you got these jakes that look like other nations. Alright, go ahead.
That it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
From the land of the north. Alright? That's talking about America. That's talking about Babylon. Alright? Because when you go into the ancient map, Babylon was north of Israel. And some places it talks about the armies of the north taking down Babylon. Well, that's because the Medes were north of Babylon. In this particular case, when it's talking about the land of the north, it's talking about Babylon. It's talking about America. Isn't this place also called North America? Isn't this place in the northern hemisphere? Alright? So it says the days come, the Lord, hey, all throughout the scriptures, the Most High is talking about how He say, I am the God that brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And this time, the deliverance is going to be greater than that, so that the deliverance out of Egypt is not going to be talked about anymore. Now it's going to be this. Read that again from the top. 16 and 14.
There's Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I shall no more be said, that it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither He had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold.
Yeah, see? Read that again.
Okay. This is Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither He had driven them.
And from all the lands whither He had driven them. Get Isaiah 11:11. This is going to be the greatest deliverance, because America is going to receive the greatest destruction. You know, when this place goes down, it's going to go down hard, man. Alright?
That's some violence shit I guess.
Yeah, with violence, man.
I mean, he ain't holding nothing back.
He says, spare no arrow. Expend your whole arsenal on this place.
He said the grass.
You know?
You know, when you drink sometimes, you get some wine, that little bitter, that nasty shit, you just gonna set aside or whatever. That's what America's gonna get, man. That spit water.
Hey, cause
Backwash, that's what we call it.
hey, it tells you that the nations were angry. You know?
Both sides angry.
Yahweh Shai stirred up these different kings against you, man. Especially against America. This is Babylon the Great. This is the Lord. Sitteth upon many waters. You over here policing the whole world, telling all these other countries what they can and can't do. Setting up democracy everywhere. You know? And what is it doing? It's turning these other countries into America. If you want to see the state of America, just go to San Francisco. You know, go to LA, go to New York. You see how messed up this place is. You hear sirens all day long out here. Something always going down. Always some kind of wickedness and judgment taking place. You know? Who did I tell you to work? Get that.
There's Isaiah 11:11, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Hey, see? So, Yahweh Shai is getting ready to deliver Israel from all over the earth, man. You know, and the rest of that is how Israel is coming together under the banner of this word, man. All right, that's why it says, Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. You know, because you got the 12 tribes that are coming back together through the Spirit. That's why you got over 8 million people identifying as Israelites. You know, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are coming back to who they are. You know, in one way, in one form or another, whether it be, you know, in the fullness of the Spirit or not, they're still getting back that identity. Yahweh Shai is giving Israel their identity back. Yep. They might not have the full breath in them, but they're still getting that identity. Well, that's why it says many are called before Moses. You got millions of people waking up to be Israelites, but not everybody is going to make it. Yeah, there's going to be millions of Israelites that make it. Not every Jake that calls upon the Yahweh Shai that knows
some of them still, like, you know,
Jesus Christ.
Got to. Sins on the dead. Homosexuality and shit.
Yeah. Well, you got people like that guy burning yarmulkes. It's not spiritual. You're not gonna get saved doing that. You know? Yeah, it's vain. It's stupid. It's not edifying. Who do you edify by burning an American flag?
competitions and the ice challenge, this challenge, and that shit. It's hard, man.
Oh, for real?
I'll challenge you. I'll still around laws to do such and such.
Okay.
Yeah, you doing that back in the day. And they had the ice challenge or whatever, you pour ice on yourself.
What you gonna who you look like? What a fossil Rama look like? Pouring, dumping a bucket of ice. It's ridiculous.
Challenge you. List the 5 people who are the challenge. Come on, bro. I like bullshit fucking up.
That's why you gotta get right, man. You can't be fucking up in it. Too close to the end to stay in that low level spirit. It's time. That's why it's high time to wake out of sleep. It's time to, it's time to get real, man. Esau's serious.
You gotta cut off that flesh, man.
Cut off the flesh, man.
Like it says, if your arm offends you, cut it off.
Deny that shit.
Not literally.
Yeah.
You know, some people actually cut their fucking arm off. Oh, I can't have my arm anymore. You know what I mean? Or pluck their own eye out. You got people in the world that do that shit. Cut their rod off, their eyes, their limbs.
Yeah, there was a story about that. This guy cut off his shit.
A few of them did.
He was all cracked out. He kept having babies. I guess one night he was cracked out, and he was like, "You're the fucking problem." Cut his shit off. Said when the ambulance got there, he was like, "I fucked up, didn't I?" Even Esau was like, "Yeah, you fucked up, dude." So I mean, it's for we are bugged out. We gotta unbug out. All right. We gotta get out of that state of mind. Corruption that's in the world. Because the reason why it got to that point, it wasn't his member that destroyed his life. It was his goddamn drug abuse. He couldn't put down the pipe. He couldn't stop smoking fucking crack, man. That's what got him in so much hell. Not because he was having, because he's having all these kids too, but I mean, probably wouldn't have been having all them kids if he wasn't cracked out all the time. That's why the scriptures tell you to be sober, so that you can think straight. Because if you're high all the time, you're not thinking right. You're not thinking straight. It's like that Jake that just came up. I was asking about crops roll up on time. Does he feel safe? Well, it depends on if I'm high. If I'm high, I don't care. Well, that's the problem. You're not in the right mind. Walking around high. What are you doing? Oh. You gotta go back in the bathroom.
I'll go.
You drink too much sugar. Where's that shit?
No, just passing it. Feeling a little aches and pains that you gotta do.
Yeah. I had that earlier.
Trying to hold it in.
Yeah.
But you gotta like take the pills.
Yeah. You're like, oh man, not right now, man.
Yeah, that's all.
I ain't got nowhere to go. Probably on like verse 24.
It should say Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth from even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yeah, so it said the lightning cometh from the east and shineth unto the west. So you're going to see Yahweh Shai come from the east, but you're going to see his coming even from the west. So when the Lord comes, the whole world, you're going to be able to see. Because Yahweh Shai is coming in a giant chariot. It's going to overshadow the entire earth. So everybody's going to see the glory of the Lord. You're going to see the chariot. You see like a chariot miles and miles out in space, you know, blinking and strutting and showing off, you know, all kinds of a big light display. How's that going to look when it's right in your face?
Fucking up the gravitational pulls.
Bro, you know.
Waves, tsunamis happening, earthquakes happening.
Yeah, man, it's going to come. It's like, you're going to feel it. People are going to die from it. You know, that fear is going to be unparalleled. It's nothing to compare it to.
A lot of people don't even believe that there's things are out there, like if the Lord comes back to the sea and shit, they're gonna be aliens. It says, for wheresoever the carcasses, there will the eagles be gathered also. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Yeah, because immediately after the tribulation, that's when these nuclear missiles need to start hitting. That's when the chariots are going to come and start burning everything up. That's the final judgment. That's the final judgment right there. You know, after all this hell you're going through, the grand finale is just complete destruction. Right? Get you got something?
Yeah, was it the sun?
Okay. Not yet. Go ahead.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Yeah, then shall all the tribes of the earth, or more, all the families of the earth, when they see Yahweh Shai. Alright? You're gonna be you're gonna lose all hope. You're gonna be completely desolate. When you see the chariots come, you're gonna know you're through. Alright, go ahead.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn a parable of the fig tree.
And that's what's going to happen. You know, in the midst of all hopelessness, in the midst of complete and utter annihilation, the elect are going to get saved out of it. And you're going to watch. You're going to be on the earth, literally watching Israelites getting taken up by these chariots that came to destroy you. You're gonna have to see that. You're gonna have to look at it. You're gonna have to watch that. Right? And that's beautiful that you got that, because this goes right into it. It's like a perfect transition. Go ahead.
Here's Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Yeah, see, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, man. When they see the salvation of the elect, all right, the rest of the world is going to be troubled with terrible fear. All right, go ahead.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Yeah, you're going to be looking at it. You're going to have people going, what the fuck, man? You have people tripping, man. Watching Jake get beamed up by these chariots. Oh, hell no. That's when everybody's, that's a huge slap in the face, man. That's gonna be, the ultimate slap in the face. That's the biggest slap.
The highest score streak on the other incident.
The Ultra.
Yeah, whatever that one was.
You would do like 30, 40 hits on somebody, and that voice would come in. Ultra, Ultra.
All them 30-something hits and rolled up in one big slap.
Yeah. Hey man, the Lord, yeah, bro, it's cold, man. Yahweh Shemel Shai, bro, he told you though. You know how Jake says that, he told you though. Hey, but he told you. Go ahead.
So far beyond all that they look for, and they repenting and groaning for
far beyond all that they look for. You got these Christians that talk about salvation and rapture and all of this. When the salvation of Israel comes, it's going to be so far beyond anything that they could have imagined. They're going to be just dumbfounded. They're going to look like that wolf, the cartoon wolf, when his jaw drops on the table and his tongue rolls up. His eyes get all big. Go ahead.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit.
Yeah, then they're going to be like, oh Lord, I'm sorry. Then they're going to repent. They see the Jacob's been catching hell. You know, pushing this word. You know, they see Jacob getting received up by these chariots that are coming to destroy the rest of the world. Then they're going to repent. Then they're going to be sorry. That's way too late at that time. Go ahead.
Shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision.
Yeah, we walked by, laughed at him, scoffed at him.
And a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is
they thought these people think that what we're doing is pointless, man. Our end is just going to be a sure destruction. You know, you got Jason's rooting for Esau to kill us, man, to lock us up.
How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints?
Yeah, how is this guy righteous? This dude who was on the street corner screaming at people, that's yelling at people, that dude's righteous. Which we're in a different spirit. If you're taking heed to the spirit side, anyways, you know, you shouldn't be in that spirit anymore of yelling and screaming. Those days are over. Go ahead.
Therefore have we erred from the way of truth and the light of righteousness.
Yeah, because you reject Yahweh Shai. You know, regardless of how somebody's preaching the word, at the end of the day, if they're preaching the truth, you're still rejecting Yahweh Shai if you deny it. Alright, go ahead.
Hath not shined unto us, and the Son of Righteousness rose not upon us.
Yeah, because they didn't receive the love of the truth. As I told you in St. John, the world cannot see it. The world cannot receive the spirit of truth because it seeth not Yahweh Shai. They don't see Yahweh Shai. And you can't be saved by anybody other than Yahweh Shai. Alright? That's why you're supposed to be working to please Yahweh Shai, because the law is not going to save you. It's you keeping the laws and the commandments to the best of your ability to please Yahweh Shai so that he'll find you worthy to save you. Because at the end of the day, he's the one that's going to save you. It's not going to be your righteousness, because we're not perfect, man. We're not righteous. Right? We can only strive for perfection and do the best that we can. But you know, the Lord sees you working hard and being diligent. Yahweh Shai finds you worthy for salvation. The Lord will save you. Right? You can't save yourself, but that's why you gotta pray. That's why you gotta be instant in prayer, constant. All right, go ahead.
We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction.
Yeah. That's what you see in this society, man. People just bugging out, man. You know, when you deny the flesh, you know, you get to a certain point where there's a peacefulness about you. Right? There's a certain calm spirit that you have. Because your mind isn't just bugging out over everything. You're not worried about everything. You know, you got people in the world worried about, you know, am I gonna get my next bag? You know, what's gonna happen if I lose my job? What's gonna happen if this, or that, this, that. All these worries. Next thing you know, they're going to Esau so they can get that fucking Zoloft, Xanax. Or they're going to the drowning their problems in alcohol and weed. Right? It's not the spirit to be in. You're not supposed to be coping with the problems of this world with substance abuse or any type of abuse. Alright? Because too much of anything is abuse. You use the world, but you don't abuse it. You know, some people weigh 600 pounds because that's how they abuse themselves. That's how they cope with the stress and the hell that this world puts them. All right, but we actually just catch the hell, man. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai,
they have gone through deserts because if you're walking in that broad way, you're walking through a desert. You're walking through dry places. You're not. You have no pasture. There are no watering holes for you. There is no well. Right? You just some dry bones. You just get drier as you go through the desert. Right? Walking through the wilderness.
Right? We have not known it. What hath pride profited us? Or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us?
Yeah, because if you so-called believe in the Bible, for you to deny what we teach, because we teach it out of the Bible, we use the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, for you to deny it is pride. You're just prideful. You don't want to accept it. And at the end of the day, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai blinded you with your pride, man. Your arrogance, your ignorance. That's why it said in the scriptures, make the heart of this people fat. Fat with what? Fat with cares of this world, lust, pride, envy, deceit. All the things that are in this world, man, that are not of the scriptures.
All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasteth by, and as a ship that passeth over the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the keel in the waves. Or as when a bird hath flown through the air, there is no token of her way to be found.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna be for the wicked of the world, man. Give me a Job 24.
This is Job 20:4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short?
Yeah, so if you're wicked, you're fighting a losing battle, man. Alright? Because at the end of the day, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is going to destroy the wicked. So you're fighting a losing battle, man. If you're fighting for wickedness, you're fighting for Satan, you're fighting a losing battle. Satan already lost. Yahushai already won, man. So if you were on the side of righteousness, you're winning already, because you're fighting a winning battle. But if you're on the side of wickedness, you're fighting a losing battle. You know, eventually you're going to be destroyed, man. Go ahead.
And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment.
Yeah, because you say that you want world peace, or you say that you believe in the Lord, or you want good things for people, but really inwardly you're a nutcase, man. All right, you don't want the things that pertain to truth and righteousness. You just want your own. You want to establish your own righteousness. You know what you think is right, not the things of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, go ahead.
Though his excellency mount up to the heavens.
Because Esau's a hypocrite. What does he always say? Esau wants to, Esau wants to bring peace to the earth. That's what these Edomites say that they want to do. They're trying to bring peace